We'll be live in just a moment, folks. Just give me a second for the stream to go through. Got to post a link for everybody. And then we'll be starting. Here we go. All right. Look at that. Just post this here for you. All right. Need that. Second here. There we go. All right. We'll just do it like this. Paste that here. Paste that here. And we are good to go. All right. Let me go ahead and switch over so I could say hello to all of you. All right, there we go. Perfect. Good morning, David, Omar, Campbell, Brian, Dave, Marshall. Marshall, good morning. Zen Master, Peter, good morning. Wayne, Robert, Jill, Robert, Dave, David, Ali, Dave, Jody, Timothy, War Dog is in the house. Joy, Steve, good morning, everybody. Roddy, good morning. Oh, my keyboard is starting to mess up. I better need a new, can't seem to type today. I think my keyboard needs an adjustment. Let me see if I could post a link for you guys here. Hope everybody's doing great today. All right. All right, folks, here are some links for you. We got wealth windows. From yesterday, if you guys want some good seasonality dates, that will do it. And if you want my VIP room link, here's the link for that. Good morning, Dr. Serena. Good morning, Caroline, Richard, Doc, Henry, Delroy, Randy, Gaston. And if I did not say out your name, I apologize. We've got 150 people in the room. The rain looks like it stopped. It looks like it's a little better, but I think it's supposed to rain all week. Hope everybody's doing well. Richard's in the house. Another Richard's in the house. Raj is in the house. We got Gaston. We got Tom. We got Angie. Good morning, Angie. We got Terrence. Everybody is in the house today. By the way, we broke our record yesterday. We had over 500 people here, according to Dr. Serena and according to the YouTube logs. Let me go ahead and share my screen with everybody so that you guys can actually see what I am seeing. And we'll begin. I absolutely love hanging out with you guys here in the morning. You know, I really do. It's my favorite time of the day. I have a lot of energy. Yes, thank you. That's what I'm doing right now, Cam. And by the way, speaking of Cam, customer service live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every single day, Monday through Friday. And if you guys want to hear about my wealth windows, a lot of folks wanted to get the replay of it. The entire class, during the link I'm about to post, the entire class, all I do is give you guys red meat seasonality plays. So let's try to make this room 500 people today. And also, don't forget my VIP room where I go through things. Yeah, we have a 230 already. Gaston, it is a great routine. All right, so the big question today, the big question today. The Cam and Gustavo show, yes, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eagle Beagle, hope your glasses are good today. I'm just messing with you, Adam. I got to have a little fun around here, too. All right, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about what we can expect. The $1 trillion question, the $1 trillion question today is, Good, Carmen. Nina, good morning. The $1 trillion question is, are the markets going to succumb today again, or are the markets going to rally really, really hard? Okay. Or are they going to come back down? Well, let me answer the question by giving you some analysis. We have a few things that are moving in the right direction. Overnight, we did okay. Just to give you a little idea of what happened overnight, just to show you, I know everybody's focused on one thing right now, and that's what the market's going to do today. 20, somewhat 20. There you go. So I want to show you guys something interesting. And this is a picture that's worth 1,000 words. You see this trading action? This is overnight data right here. This is all the data that occurred overnight, okay? You notice how last night, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I'll look at it here. This is yesterday, this is yesterday, this is yesterday right here. The market closed right here, around right here. And look, we rallied really hard, really, really hard, but then we cooled off, and we're now coming, we're cooling back off quite a bit yesterday. So what I'm afraid of happening today is actually a market that's looking just like this. This is a very common scenario after a down day. I'll talk about all of that, Elizabeth. I'll talk about morning, Benjamin, JB, Heather. Good morning. Heather says, good morning, didn't get any alerts. I have no idea what you're talking about, Heather. We have alerts for several different programs. So you got to be more specific, and that's a question for customer service. I gave pit alerts yesterday. So if you're talking about pit, check your Telegram channel. But it's hard for me to discern what you're talking about, Heather, by saying I didn't get any alerts. Can you be a little more specific? So what I'm fearful of. Hey, Patrick, good morning. Good morning. Ricky, good morning. So what I'm fearful of, a market that's going to open up like this today and just kind of start sinking back down and do that for 2-3 days and then come back down again. To give you a really good example of that, you see this scenario right here? See this scenario? Or this here? Here's another one right here. You see this scenario right here? We have a long run day, right? Then it looks like we're recovering. It looks like we're recovering. It looks like we may be recovering, and then we come back down. Alerts for this, that happened to me yesterday till later. Alerts for this class, I'm guessing. Alerts for this class, I posted on Telegram. Can you guys be more specific? Heather says alerts for Telegram and YouTube for the morning live. Heather, I posted the alerts on Telegram right here at 8 a.m. Look. Right here. Yeah, it's right here, Heather. Right there. I posted it for you every morning. Yeah, it's right here. I posted it like I always do. Anyways, let's continue. I did post the link. That's how most people are here. Remember, this link is a unique link. I generate this link every morning. If I could give you this link earlier, I would, but I can't because YouTube generates it when I turn on YouTube and share my screen. That's why I post this link for you the way I do. There's no way for me to give you this link earlier because it generates it for every view originally. YouTube does that. So just FYI, all right? Huh. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened there. But we have a pretty good room today, 335. It looks like most people are coming. Exactly, Michael. All right. So what I'm fearful of is another period like this. See, where we have a long run day. Oh, look, it's going down. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, what's going on? And then it rips back down. So we may have to go through a couple of days like this. Alternatively, we may start coming back up. I doubt that today is going to be a strong down day because usually you don't have more than 1 or 2 days like that per week. And yesterday was a Monday, which is a turnout day. But again, be very, very careful. Don't get. Thank you, Michael. Don't get hosed by thinking that the market is turning around and bouncing just to see something like this. consolidate, and then break down once again. So, and I'll talk about it more when we get into the daily analysis. So, as far as earnings are concerned, we've got a lot of earnings today. And also yesterday, minutes later, got email, text, and Telegram could be internet service oriented. Yeah, I don't know. I'll Angie, do you guys get emails in the morning before 8 a.m.? Is that what you're talking about? Let me know specifically. Are you talking about VIP room or are you talking about this room? Can you be a little more specific with me so I know what we're talking about? Because we have 2 live classes every day. Good morning, Edward. So we got Caterpillar, we got Amgen, we got FT&T, we got Uber, we got SMCI. That's a chip stock. We got Rivian, which I think already came out. So we still have quite a lot of earnings to dissect. And tomorrow you've got Disney, Oxy, Shopify, CVS, Hood. There's a lot of things going on. Thursday room, the VIP room you're talking about. This room, okay. I didn't know you guys get emails. I didn't know you get emails. I would call customer service. Okay? And I'll talk to them as well. All right. Cam, maybe you could look into it while I'm here. If you don't mind, customer service live. Just ask my people if they've been sending emails for the morning, or just remind me and I don't forget, please. Telegram and YouTube send out push notifications for this room. I gave you a Telegram notification for this room. YouTube. Oh, okay. YouTube didn't give you a ring, huh? I did. I produced a Google Doc for this week. Let me give it to you. All right. Let me continue because we're going to be here forever if I don't. Huh, weird. Here's the earnings doc for those that didn't get it. All right. All right, guys. So let's continue. Good morning, Rochelle. As far as data today, we have international trades in goods and services, which is not going to be a big deal. We do have Treasury bill auctions, so keep an eye on that. But this week is not a heavy week with Fed data. Thank God, because we have a lot of earnings and we have a big stream in the market. Let's look at energy prices. Crude oil. Crude oil is still lower today. That's not a good sign for the market. That's depressing. Yeah, thank you, Angie. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please send them all to customer service. They issue all that stuff. And don't forget, Customer Service Live, also known as the Cam Gustavo Show, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily. Guys, I have a timestamp for Telegram, 8 a.m. Right here's the link. And here's Telegram, 8 a.m. It's right there. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, let's continue. So crude oil is still not cooperating with us, and crude oil is making lower lows. That typically means. Thanks, Gustavo. If you could just take a look. All right. Good. But folks, this is important than the darn alerts. Let me focus on this, please. I'm begging you. So I don't like the fact that energies are down today. Remember, energies up means we're recovering. Energies down means there's a higher risk of a recession. Gold. What is gold doing? Gold's doing okay, but gold didn't do all that bad yesterday. Gold is still above the 50-day moving average. It's bouncing. And gold is almost at the 8-day EMA. The problem with gold is it's hard to say if gold is not like energy market where gold is not like the energy market where it's deflation. It will go down in a recession. People actually like gold in a recession. So gold is not a really good gauge of the economy. All right. But no, Middle East is not in play. It's whether we have a recession or not. A recession in the U.S. would equal less things being open, less things going on, which means, what does it mean? It means we have we have a slowdown in the economy. Energy loves inflation, but energy does not like recession, whereas money goes into gold during a recession. That's actually where it goes. So this is not oil and gold are not telling us that we're having any major turnaround as of yet. Folks, today's analysis is really important, like really important, because we have to answer the question, is the market going to reverse and go up? Is the market going to break down, or is the market going to be consolidating? Usually, yes, Joy. I mean, look, Japan and China have been in a recession for a while, if you really think about it. I mean, they haven't been doing all that well. All right, what about the bond market? What's the bond market telling us? Well, the bond market's down a little bit, but look, the bond market is still near yesterday's low. It hasn't broken down a lot. It went up yesterday 57, it's down 85, but it's not anything really crazy. You see that? There we go, Dr. Serena. So again, I would be very, very cautious now. If you start seeing the bond market really breaking down and start going into this gap, that's a different story. If you see crude oil starting to go up towards the 8-day EMA, that's a different story. Not seeing that as of right now. Not seeing any of that right now. And if you look at the bond market, the bond market has actually been going up this morning, not down. Okay, up, not down. Okay, so that is not great. All right, what about volatility? All right, well, we're down 18% this morning. The key level we're going to be watching on volatility, and I'm going to give you that level right now, is 34.75. If we start breaking above 34.75 or going towards the 35 level, we're back in the grinder. We're back in the bearish territory. If we break above yesterday's high, 34.64. Very, 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 very important. Okay. Also, if you guys see earnings coming out for these stocks, like SMCI, I don't know if they're coming out more. I mean, I could look here if I really wanted to. Here, Tuesday pre-open, we have Caterpillar. Has Caterpillar come out yet? Let's take a quick look. Yes, and numbers are great. So Caterpillar's giving us a little tailwind. That's an industrial stock. That's very, very good. That's very good for the market. So again, keep your eye on volatility. The level we want to break to the downside is 30. We want to break 30 to the downside, and we want to see if we can go above 35. If we break 30, things are looking a little better than they looked yesterday. Yeah, it had earnings. Rich. If we go above 35, all bets are off. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the stock market, and let's put all of this together, okay? And remember, guys, if you guys missed my seasonality play yesterday, please check it out. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. And if you want my VIP room where we do the second half of the day, we broke our record yesterday in the pit and here. Please join us. It's going to be at noon today, and I'll be giving you watch list trades. I got an email this morning from somebody who was upset because they were losing money from taking trades in my VIP room. I looked at the trades they had. They had like 10 calls and like two puts. Have I been recommending a lot of calls lately? So again, it's a hit list place. It's not a place to get your trades. Keep that in mind. Eagle says, I own seasonality and it's the best. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Oh, my wife just made it to the airport. She's going to be flying back today from Boston. So my single days are behind me once again. All right, let's talk about the market today. Let's see what's going on. S&P, now, again, you have to be very, 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 very careful when you read this, because a lot of these writers who have absolutely no idea what's happening in the market, they like to put cause and effect in here. Do you know what cause and effect here? They see a market doing something. They see some Fed data coming out. And automatically they make a connection between that data and what happened in the market, and there's absolutely no connection. Let me show you what I mean, okay? September futures are up this morning, signaling a partial rebound. Really? Partial rebound? This is where we're at today. This is where we're at right here. I mean, we're literally sitting at the 200-day moving average. I don't know if that's a partial rebound. But let's continue. You got to read these things very carefully. All right, let me post this here real quick. 1 second. All right. So, yeah, see, I don't like sitting this and then closing here and then bouncing right here at the 200-day moving average below yesterday's low. That's not a bounce. What I want to see is trading above the high, continuously trading above the high and heading towards the 100-day moving average. Let me continue this. So watch this. Watch this little wrinkle here, the sleazy wrinkle that they do. You too, JT. Signaling a partial rebound. Yesterday's dramatic sell-off. Now, look at this. After as a hotter than expected ISM service report and comments from the Fed eased fears of a recession. So I'm going to say something to you guys right now. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Did you see the ISM report yesterday, or did you see this report ease anything or Fed ease anything yesterday? I didn't see any of that. Because the Fed was talking, the market was going down as the Fed was talking 1,000 points. And I can assure you, ISM report is not employment report, jobs report, Fed data. ISM report, that's it, folks. It eased the fears. We have the ISM report. Have you guys ever heard me say, folks, we have the ISM report? It's a very, very important report. This report saved the day yesterday. It's just, I don't even know where they come up with this crap. Like, I didn't even talk about this report yesterday. This report came out at 10 a.m. yesterday. The market went down like 400 points after this report came out. What the are they talking about? Excuse my French. So did this report and the Fed have anything to do with easing any fears? No. There we go. Dr. Serena, my bean counter is doing her job. Thank you, Dr. Serena. So this is just total nonsense. Like, they just made this up. What do you mean, Roger? Yes, they just totally made it up. Totally made it up. Just pulled it out of their butt. ISM report. Hey, guys, the ISM report is hot. That's it. The market's going to, what the, like, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've never heard such nonsense. So it's very important. This is why we read this together. So you could start seeing the crap from stuff that really matters. I mean, I'm sitting here like going, what? ISM report? Comments from the Fed? When did that happen? Look, I'm watching them. You guys know I'm watching the market like a hawk all day long. Like I'm on the Telegram all day long. On both the free one and did you guys hear me talk about how because of the hot ISM report, we're easing recession? Like, it's like saying my dog barking is going to lessen recession fears. And the Fed didn't really say anything except we're doing things case by case. So why am I spending so much time on this? Because this is just lies. This is just nonsense. But they do this all the time. They take something that happened to the market and they connect it to something that had nothing to do with the market. Do you know why the market fell apart yesterday? The market fell apart is because we're losing because Warren Buffett sold his frickin' Apple shares, and technically we're near the 200-day moving average, and we're worried about a global economy turndown. It had nothing to do with ISM manufacturing. It had nothing to do with earnings at all. You noticed yesterday's earnings did not impact the market. And it has something to do with chips, a possibility that this whole AI mishigas is not as amazing as it is, and NVIDIA is delaying their chips. That's what it had to do with. It had nothing to do with Fed easing fears. It had nothing to do with hotter ISM reform. This is just like just nonsense. All right, let's talk about facts. NASDAQ fell to a 3-month low. Blue chips dropped to a 7-week low. We can clearly see by this without even looking at the chart that blue chips are doing a lot better than NASDAQ because this is at a 7-week low and this is at a 12-week low. NVIDIA slumped over 6% after information reported the company's upcoming artificial chips would be delayed 3 months. Now that would move the market. Notice that was not up here. If this was here, I would say, oh, yeah. That's not what happened. They all do it. They just hire, look, they hired this guy, Alexander Pilpenko. Before Alexander Pilpenko, they had a Japanese girl named Yuri. And people ask me why I changed my name. Yes, Yuri is an Asian girl's name. It is. You can't make this stuff up if you tried. Yuri something was, yes, Yuri, and it was a Japanese girl. And people ask me why I changed my name. Don't even get me started. All right. It's very frustrating this morning. Why use bar chart? They all do it. They RP, they all do. Everybody does it. This is why we have to go through this and kind of, because it's very useful to have this, but sometimes they'll stick a paragraph in there. But they all do it. Every one of them does it. I wouldn't be surprised if this one took the Wall Street Journal and copied it from there and just kind of added stuff to it. That's why we go through it every day. Apple dropped 4%. This is why the market dropped yesterday. This had nothing to do with it whatsoever. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. But this is what happened. That iPhones may nearly stake an iPhone by 50%. This is what caused the market to. Confidence in the market. On Monday, ISM service index rose 51.4 in line with expectations. Like the market didn't even blip on this. It didn't even blip on this report. Like this report was like jobless claims being 230,000 versus 240,000. All right. Now, what did the Fed say to save the day, right? This is saying the Fed eased fears of a recession. Really? Okay, let's see what the Fed say to ease fears of a recession. On Monday, central bank's role is not to react to 1 month of labor data. Well, labor data was weak. Adding the markets are much more volatile than Fed actions. Has that helped the market at all? No. He noted there are cautionary signs, such as increase in consumer delinquencies. Is that going to help the market ease fears? But economic data continues at a fairly steady level. We know that already. As you see jobs numbers come in weaker, really, that's going to ease market fears, right? But not looking yet like a recession. I do think you want to be forward-looking of where the economy is headed for making decisions. Oh, did that really tell us anything at all that we did not know, expect, ease fears in any way? Come on. No, they're not intentional. They're not intentional at all. They just don't know. They just don't know. They honestly just don't know. Okay. So far, this did not ease anything yesterday. This would be like, oh, okay, pretty much saying exactly what you've been saying for God knows how long. Or what did Dolly say? Labor market is softening. Oh, that's going to definitely ease fears, right? And indicated the Fed should start reducing interest rates in upcoming quarters. Yeah, we know that already. She refrained from concluding that the labor market has begun to weaken significantly. Okay, we know that too. We have now confirmed the labor market is slowing. Okay, yeah, that's really going to ease fears, right? And it is extremely important that we not let it slow so much that it tips itself in a downturn. Oh, that's going to ease fears, folks. She stressed the timing and magnitude of the rate cut will depend a lot on incoming information. Well, there you have it, folks. She eased this report, and she definitely eased my fear. It wasn't Warren Buffett and NVIDIA and Apple causing the sell-off, a 1,000-point sell-off in the market. They really eased my fears yesterday. Now you know why I spent an hour here in the morning? U.S. futures are cutting in a 22% chance rate cut and a 77% rate cut in September. I don't even know if we're going to have a rate cut in September. All right. A lot of earnings are coming out today. Now, SMCI is a chip stock. Caterpillar is an industrial stock. Amgen is a healthcare stock. Uber is a consumer discretionary stock. This is a consumer discretionary stock. This is a defensive stock. You've got it all today. Exactly. We got trade balance today. Again, they're going to tell you tomorrow that this is lessening investor fears. Yes, I'm rolling my eyes right now, but what else can I do? Okay, this can give us some an idea of what will happen with the U.S. market today. Okay, JT says it's interesting how little the general public knows about rates. A realtor texted me last night explaining how I should hurry and buy because mortgage rates are dropping. Well, there you have it. By the way, guys, let me give you guys a little clue. If you guys buy a house, don't buy a house with an agent. Buy a house with a broker. It's much harder to pass the broker's exam than the agent's exam. Just a little tip for you, okay? My wife is a lawyer and she's a broker, not an agent, a broker. In California, if you're a lawyer, you don't have to take the broker's exam. Here you do, and she doesn't really do anything except for us. She doesn't. I'm not advertising her services, but if you do deal with somebody, at least deal with a broker, because then they have to take a higher level exam, so they're a little more qualified. Just a little tidbit for you. Again, just a personal thing. So Europe is up a little bit. Remember how much down all the foreign countries were yesterday? They're up, but look at how much they're up. They're only up 31 ticks. That's not a big recovery. That would be equal to what the market's doing pretty much as of this morning to kind of this kind of a thing right here. Went up and now it's sinking once again. So let's look again here. 31. Positive corporate earnings boosted sentiment. Travel and leisure stocks led gains on Tuesday. Banks and tech stocks also advanced. Okay, that's good. Yeah, see, there you go. See, that's right, Eagle. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything extra. I'm just saying if you want somebody more qualified, they have to take a higher exam, okay? China closed slightly higher. Look, up 0.31. Is this 3% or 4%? No, it's only 0.31. Yeah, exactly. Broker hires agents, but right. But you can also deal with the broker themselves. Many times you could just deal directly with the broker. China closed slightly higher, tracking a rebound in regional markets. Gains were limited as investors cautiously waited for data. Consumer services and property stocks outperformed. Insurance stocks lost ground. That's not good. Financial stocks losing ground. What about Nikkei? What about Japan? Well, sharply higher, posting its largest daily gain since 2008. After Monday's 12% decline, look what it says, sparked by bargain hunting and yen relinquishing some of its gains. No, it was sparked by a dump in U.S. stocks. Don't let this BS you. A 12% by a spark and bargain hunting and yen relinquishing its gains. Why don't they just tell you the truth? It was a 12% loss because they thought that we were going to have a breakdown in U.S. stocks. Again, I'm just being honest with you. Okay. This was not a 12% decline. Is not sparked by bargain hunting and yen relinquishing its gains. It's sparked by heavy fear. And electronics and heavy stocks led the gains. So this looks promising for U.S. China and Europe does not. And Europe keys off U.S. after the close. So this is what we were dealing with at middle of the night last night after the U.S. market closed. So you could just see exactly what it was. All right. All right. We've got news from Palantir this morning. Lucid is reporting. This is very positive. Zoom Technologies dropped 15%. Not good. CrowdStrike is up a little bit. They're getting upgraded. Although I'm hearing that they're being sued. So be careful with CrowdStrike. Utility stock got downgraded. Utility stocks are essential. They move together. Bank of America is a big company. So pay attention to everything today, but keep an extra eye on utilities. We're almost at 500, Dr. Serena. All right, let's talk about U.S. stock markets, right? And what we can expect. But again, this is why I don't just highlight this and give it to you. It's my job to highlight how stupid some of this stuff is, and at the same time, how relevant it is. Now, Cam and Gustavo show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't forget to watch my replay. I give you guys about 50 red meat seasonality dates for stocks during this webinar. Don't miss it. And if you want me to do this on the week, if you guys want to see me do this at noon today, and you do because we need to have a lot of updates, you definitely want to join my VIP room. That's at noon today. Mark that link. It's at noon today. All right. So we went through this. Now let's talk stock market. First, we start with sectors. How is momentum level looking to the upside and downside? Well, to the upside, we only have 40 stocks breaking out, and 38 out of 40 of them are bond and inverse futures and volatility ETFs. Do you guys not know what I mean? Let me show you. Volatility, bond market, volatility, Kellogg's, Kelnova, volatility, bonds, Sava, stock, bonds, Tyson Foods, bonds, Cinemark Holding, bonds. I don't even know what the hell this is. Bonds, Pilgrim's Pride, Global Market, some stock and CME. And again, you'll see the same here. So the great majority of these are just bonds and ETFs, okay? I'm going to try to figure out a way to clear out to exclude ETFs. I'll bet you there's a way to do it. Yay, we reached 500 again. Dr. Serena. Penny, yes. Yay, we got 500. That's an achievement. Remember, we were at 350 and then we hit 400 and now we're hitting 500. The goal by the end of this year is to have 1,000 people in this room. So basically what I'm saying is there's hardly any stocks making 40-day highs. And the 3 stocks that were in this list, guess what my long list is today? Cinemark, Pilgrim Pride, and CBOE, the 3 stocks that were on this list. We'll go through that in a minute. Now, what about the downside? Well, you got 374 stocks breaking down. What did I teach you guys? I taught you guys that once we start getting into the 400s, momentum levels start to decline, start to even out to the downside and to the upside. Now, the downside momentum is actually a little stronger, so you can hit 500. But this is a warning side that momentum to the downside is getting a little topsy. Oh, I will definitely do it, Art. If I set my mind to something, I've never once in my life set my mind to something that I have not achieved. That's right, Rich. That's right. I have never once in my life set my mind to anything that I have never achieved. Not one time. Do you remember when we launched the pit and I told you how successful the pit was going to be 8 months ago and how cool it was going to be and how much time I'm going to dedicate to it and the win rate and all of that? Have we achieved our goal? Have we achieved the #1 trading program online, the highest directional win rate online? I always achieve what I promise, or I don't make those promises. I don't mess around, guys. I don't mess around. I don't make empty promises. 90-day low, 374. That means momentum levels are starting to get a little jacked up. Yeah. The pit is great. So 90-day low, 374. That's a warning sign. We're starting to get a little bottom heavy here. Does that mean we're ready to reverse? No, we went up to 500 to the upside last time. You guys remember that? Market is not ETF. Brian, maybe can you email me that, Brian, and I'll post that and I'll add that to all of mine. It would make my life so much easier. Thank you, Angie. Very kind of you. And guys, give Brian a big thumbs up. Brian, also Matt sent you yesterday something to if you could take a look at it, would be this thing that Matt and I are working on right now. If we can pull this off, again, it's one of those things that I need that nobody has. So this is why I'm always looking at things that like data miner. There wasn't one available, so I made my own. So I need another tool, and I'm about to get one, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay, so wouldn't it be nice to know over the last 20 or 30 quarters how many times the percentage of time a stock beat earnings estimates? Not over the last 4 quarters, over the last 10 years. Wouldn't it be nice to have that? That's what we're working on right now. Wouldn't that help our time spreads to know how many times a stock has beaten expectations? Didn't I just give you guys a crazy idea? Well, guess what? Nobody has that publicly available over a long time. That's what we're working on right now. How many times in the last 5, 10, 15 years a stock would beat earnings estimates? I think I've said enough. Wouldn't that be very helpful to know before we do time spreads? Yes, it would, wouldn't it? Well, guess what, Ivano and Eagle? Nobody has it. They don't publish it. They publish it like over 3 quarters. They don't publish it over 50 quarters. I want that data for 20 years. That's what we're working on right now. All right. So we're getting our momentum levels are starting to break down, which means the market is getting closer and closer to bottoming out in the short term. All right. We're working on that, Angie. So we're getting there, but we're not there yet. Does that mean we're going to be going up today? No, but it means we have to be cautious now. So European markets, Asian markets, a few markets came up cooler, a few markets came out hotter. We have momentum levels breaking down, but we still have most of our stuff below the moving averages. Let's take a look at that right now. Oh, it's not going to be a code. It's going to be a program like data miner or a advisory service. One or the other, but we need a machine to scrape the data so Matt can put it all together. Isn't it crazy that all of this stuff is available, but you can't find a service that shows you since the stock IPO'd how many times it has beaten earnings expectations? Right? You're probably sitting here going, of course that's available. That's like really important information if you want to trade earnings, right? It's not publicly available. What? It's not publicly available. How many times stock has beaten earnings since it IPO'd? It's not publicly available. If it is, please send me a link and save me from time from developing a software. But I looked everywhere. It's not publicly available. All right. So E-mini futures, what are futures doing? What have they done overnight? Well, let's see. We closed right here. They went up, they went up, they went up, and now we're starting to get closer to where we closed. And look at the last bar down. That's not great. We're only up 0.42. Now you got to ask yourself, the market went down yesterday, what, 3%? And it's up this morning 0.41. Is that a major bounce? Oh, you'll get it, Penny. You'll get all of it. I would become a diamond member because we've got some really crazy stuff coming out in the next year or two. This is not encouraging me. This is actually exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this is pre-open, but this is exactly what I'm fearful of, that we're going to come up, look like we're making higher highs, and then just kind of start drifting back down. I'm not encouraged by the fact that futures are up 40 ticks. Let me give you levels on the futures. I know you guys like levels on futures. So if you guys watch futures, let me give you some levels. 52.26 on the E-minis. Yep, they do it all the time, PD, but they do it consistently. That's different. That's called catalyst. SJL, that's called a catalyst. PD, but if they do it once, they do it twice. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't see Tom's tools have that since it IPO'd. I'll check. You know what? I'll check with Tom. If T-Bus has that, first of all, I'll poop myself in amazement and I'll be very happy. But I very seriously doubt T-Bus has how many times stock has beaten earnings estimates since it IPO'd. Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian, I love you. Thank you. And this guy asks me if he bothers me too much with stock tips. Are you kidding me? You can email me 24/7, Brian. I'm at your disposal. So the level we're watching today on the E-minis, folks, please, please, please watch these levels. You're a champ, Brian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to post this here. Thank you, Brian, for making my life easier. Here's my testimonial. That's my testimonial. No, you're right, PD. Some do it, some don't, but it's a common occurrence. But if they do it, they continue doing it. So that's the downside level on the E-mini, 52.27. On the upper area, we've got some really good resistance right here at 5,300. Okay, that's the E-mini S&P. Okay, what about the Nasdaq E-mini S&P that's coming down right now? Now E-mini Nasdaq is also up 0.44. When I see something up 0.44 after being down 3%, that makes me nervous. The level on the E-mini Nasdaq today I'm watching is 18,000 to the downside, and to the upside 18,417. Yeah, very, very helpful, Brian. So yeah, 18,400 and 18,010 or 18,000. All right, what about the regular? Now, we closed yesterday, just to show you, we closed yesterday right here, and we're trading right here right now. So I'm not seeing that crazy upside rally with a reversal and breaking the highs, not seeing that at all. So now let's talk about the regular QQQ and the SPY, okay? So what I want to see us breaking major levels, okay? Let me just put my demo on here. We are right now at the 200-day moving average. This is the year-to-date VWAP right here, and it looks like we couldn't reach it, and we're bouncing off of it again. Please ignore these levels. These are for intraday price levels, but I need to show you this right now. It's important. So look, we dropped almost 3% yesterday, and we've recovered 0.48. I use different indexes because, Joy, for the futures, I want to give you the broad market levels, the high and the low, if we break them. And for the cash markets, I'm giving you intraday levels. But I just want to show you something first. So we closed at the 200-day moving average. All right. So the fact that we're bouncing hard off of it is not indicative of anything. We could just as easily come up here and then start suckering into weak hands once again. Okay. On the SPY, it's important futures run the markets pre-open. That's why I'm giving you the high and low. Same thing. We bounced off the VWAP, the year-to-date VWAP. We're at cash value, fair value yesterday, and we bounced up. We couldn't get even close to the 100-day moving average. Yeah, I want to go way beyond 5 years, Rebecca. Where have you been getting that from? Thinkorswim? Just let me know, Rebecca. I think Thinkorswim goes back 5 years, but I want to go back way beyond 5 years. I want to go minimum 10 years if I can help it. Minimum 10 years. I'd like to go all the way to the IPO. But wouldn't it be great if we had something like a data miner for earnings? It would be amazing, right? So be careful here. We haven't reached the 100-day moving average. The 100-day moving average is at 529, and the cash value is at 512, and we're at 519. We're only up 0.41 ticks. That's not, I mean, if the market was down yesterday like 1% and we were up 0.41, that makes a lot of sense. But we were down almost 3% and we're up only 0.40. That's not making me feel warm and fuzzy. Let's now look at intraday price levels, okay? Intraday price levels. So I drew this line here. Let me straighten this out. I drew this line for you yesterday. We did not break this line. I'm going to change this line right here today to 524. I want to see us go above 524. And on the downside, I want us to break 5.9, 5.9 and 524 on the SPY. On the QQQ, and we could just have an inside day. On the QQQ, this is from yesterday. Now, I drew this to you yesterday. So the question is, how helpful was this line yesterday? Let me extend it for you. Right here. How helpful was this line yesterday? It literally tagged the high of the day. That's 442. And the low now is, here, I'm just going to put this right here, 422. So keep an eye on 442 and keep an eye on 422. Yeah, think or swim. That's what I would love, Rebecca, since it IPO'd. That's what I'm looking for. 5 years is not enough. 5 years is not enough. So again, we're looking at these levels right now, 442, 422. What about SMH? Keep an eye on SMH. SMH is going to be the giveaway today. Now, SMH is up quite a bit today, quite a bit, up 1.2%, almost half of yesterday's gains. Look at where it is, though. Notice we haven't started filling this gap. This gap is at 222.55. PD, it's just a data point. It's a statistical data point that I want to use for time spreads. What I want to do is if I'm doing calls on time spreads, listen to me carefully. If I'm doing calls on time spreads, then I'm going to pick stocks that have not performed, that have underperformed their earnings estimates 80% of the time. If I'm looking at puts, then I want stocks that outperform their earnings estimates 80% of the time. Adding that filter will increase my win rate with time spreads. And I think it's foolish not to use that filter for time spreads. And I think anybody here who's sitting with me who has traded my time spreads would be sitting going, that would be fantastic to have that filter. Right? Time spreads, right? Wouldn't you like to only do time spreads on stocks that underperformed earnings 80% of the time? That would be a filter that I would be using. Anyways, I've said enough. So the intraday data. This is the level we're looking at. Another level we want to keep an eye on is right here, which is, so you've got 218, 222, and on the bottom we've got 197. And I wouldn't be surprised, hey, 516 in the room, if we just stayed within range today. It would not be a big surprise if we just stayed in range today, or sprinkled around here, suckered a bunch of Joes, retail Joes who think we're going to go long, and then just come right back down. I wouldn't be surprised. Be careful today. Don't be a sucker for the volatility, okay? And let's see today. Let's see again how we're looking. See, we're coming right back down. We're not holding this level. We're not holding this level. So, summary before I get into the stocks. I gave you the levels. Oh, let's look at the Dow Jones. Forgot about the Dow. I got to get to work. See, down 2.60, up only 43. And if you look at these levels, let me give you these levels here. 39,050. 38,420-ish. Be careful. Be careful today. Don't be a hero. Don't try to bottom pick. It will hurt you. Okay. Yes, 265, guys. 265. Nothing changed. If you would have listened to me last week, none of you would have had one tech stock. Tell me I'm crazy because we didn't hit the upside levels on the QQQ and we didn't hit the upside levels on the SMH. All right. So I'm giving you levels. I hope you guys are writing them down. 39,050, 38,400 to the downside. I gave you levels on every indice possible. Russell 2000, I will real quickly. I'm not a big Russell 2000 guy. Not yet. Not till it starts making you highs. Yeah, look, this is what I drew yesterday. I don't need to even adjust it. I'm not even going to adjust it. By the way, look at where we went. We made a low yesterday. I drew this yesterday pre-open. You're welcome. 198. I literally drew this yesterday for you guys. We bottomed out right there, and then we went up. And again, today, I think we're just going to come right back down unless we can break the 207 level. 207 level. Do you know how many people got screwed buying long chip and tech stocks last week before earnings? I can't even begin to tell you. We completely stayed away from it 100%. 100% stayed away from it. All right. So those are the stocks that we're looking at. Those are the key levels. Let me now give you momentum level. I mean, sector ETFs, nothing, same thing. Defensive, defensive, defensive. Look, semiconductors, Russell 2000, technology, consumer discretionary, all down here. It's kind of interesting that communication services are up here. Thank you, Meta. Aside from Meta, this would be right here. Utilities, real estate, healthcare, material, industrial, Dow Jones. Where is consumer staples? Oh, right here. That's what I thought. This is where you want to be right now. Utilities, real estate, not home builders, just regular real estate. Consumer staples and healthcare. And honestly, I would be careful with real estate right now. I would focus on utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. And I told you last week the three sectors you should be focused on are utilities, consumer staples, and healthcare. And they are right now leading. How much of this carry trade unwinding? Eddie, I have no idea what you're talking about. Send me an email. There's a show me for EPS postings. Oh, I know they have EPS postings, but they don't give you the comparison of real to actual. If you guys can find a service or a product that shows you the every year the percentage of times EPS beat earnings estimates or not, just the percentage, that's what I want since IPO. I have not been able to find it anywhere. If you guys could find it, please let me know. It's almost 9:00. Let me give you my stocks and then I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. What do you mean you got to go to work? You're working right now. No, I got to actually go to the office. All right. So, I'll do the long side first. No, I don't consider this work, Monica. I don't consider. I start working after the market closes. Cinemark, but I would wait for it to hit the 8-day EMA. But this stock is moving. CNK, PPC. I have three stocks on my long list today. Three. Pilgrim's Pride. I think it is at the 8-day EMA right here. No, it's way here. Wait for them to be at the 8-day EMA. And CBOE. A little overdone. Wait for it to be at the 8-day EMA. I am not loving the bull side right now. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that. Kind of weird because their overnight report was fine. They said that overnight they were up a little bit, so I'm not seeing that overnight. Are you seeing that like in the last hour or two, Eddie? Because I think they write this report like earlier. Let me give you stocks to the downside, okay? C Limited. Be careful. We're at the 200, so this may be a profit target right here. It's opening right here, so it's got about 5 points. AR. Crashing through the 200. Taiwan Semiconductor. It may come right back here. Be careful. Be careful with these stocks. Just because they bounce doesn't mean they're going to continue moving up. Thanks, Dave. Disney. A lot of folks are going to be using these bounces to liquidate their longs or cover their shorts. So it'll be kind of like down, cover our shorts, short again. Down, cover our shorts, short again. You too, Eddie. I'm almost done with this too, by the way. Shopify, oops. If consumer stocks, if we have a recession, this stock is going to dump hard. Just saying. Snow. DKNG on our list. By the way, interestingly, if this stock really rallies hard before Friday, we'll actually make some money on it, ironically. Square. This is a dog, this stock. UAL. That's right, RJ. I mean, look, the stock loses almost 6% yesterday, and it's up only 1%. Again, be careful today, guys. Wait for confirmation. Last one, CHD. This is a A-line. This is an A-line pick right here. CHD. And this, I believe, might have been a A-line pick as well. Yeah. So DLR and CHD are, I try to give you guys some A-line picks as well sometimes. Those are A-line picks. All right. I had a fantastic day. I hope you guys can join me for my VIP room at noon, because by that time we will have a lot more data and we will have a lot more data points, and I'll be able to give you a little more instruction on what, on how things are, if things are coming out as I thought they are, if they're confirming, or if we are turning back around. Okay. That's going to be today at noon. Also, VIP, 1 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, but you can watch my replay. I just posted a link. And don't forget the Cam Gustavo show at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you for being here. If I did not answer your question, send me an email. And let's keep it going. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, guys. Love you all. Appreciate all your comments and feedback. Don't forget Cam and Gustavo show from 10 to 1. Thanks, Susan. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Good luck today. Don't get pulled into